All right, Mr. Rodriguez. I just want you to please tell me what actually happened on the day when you tried to cast your vote.
So it was November 7th, early in the morning. I had gone to the voting center and I had noticed that a bunch of people had these different cards than I had. I hadn't been informed of them. I just thought it was something with their district. I didn't know. And when I went to go vote, they told me that I needed that special card. And I said, all right, well, this is news to me. I didn't get any notification about it, and I thought that was a little bit odd. So they pointed me into a direction to go to another center where I could vote, and I should have been valid, but again they told me I needed the special card, and it they sent me to another place, and basically this happened for another 3 times. So I was extremely frustrated, I was extremely angry, and I wanted to know why I had not received any information about this card if it was so important to vote. I've been voting for 5 years now. I've lived in Tucson all of my life. Um, I feel as though I should receive this type of information because I'm an American citizen. I vote. I do my taxes. I do everything that a good American should, and I don't see why I had to be left out.
Have you encountered this problem in the past?
No,
Anything similar to it?
um, not really.
Not really.
No.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Rodriguez.
Okay.
Early so I can just get out of the way, go to work. I came in, I was waiting my time, waiting. I get to the front of the line finally, and so they asked for my ID, so I gave them my driver's license like normal, gave them my voter registration card, and they said another form, so I gave them that, and they said, oh, we need a third form. I don't know why, so I was just like, I don't have a third form. I don't see why you would need another one. And they said, oh, well, I was like, so which one do I need? And they say, oh, just call this number, and they'll figure it out, and they'll tell us, and then we can figure it out. So I'm calling, I'm waiting, I'm trying to get to work really fast. I'm like just waiting for at least like hour 45 minutes. So I go back, I'm like, well, can you just tell me what I need? Like, just give me everything that I could possibly need. They said, well, if they didn't tell you, we can't give it to you. So I'm just like, well, I guess I can't vote this year because I don't have the time to sit in line and wait on the phone and try to figure all this stuff out. So I just left.
All right. So, in the past, have you ever experienced this problem?
No, never.
And I'm guessing this is not your first time voting, right?
No.
How many times have you gone to cast your vote?
At least 2-3 times by now.
2, 3 times. So you've lived here for about almost 15 years.
Yeah, a little over.
A little over that.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened after that? What did you do?
I just went to work. I mean, and I called my friends to see what they were doing, and they had the exact same problems that I had. But I called, a couple of my non-colored friends, and they said that they're like, what other valid form of ID? I just gave them my driver's license and I voted. I'm like, that's very strange. So.
One last final question. After talking to your friends and finding out, similar problems are happening to them, and then calling your, non-colored friends, what did you do after?
I contacted my lawyer. I said, were there any new laws passed that I needed to have new identification to vote? And he informed me about the situation. I was like, wow, that's just really messed up.
Okay. Did they say it's actually been happening a lot recently, or were you just the only person?
No, they said he's been saying that a lot of people have been having this problem.
Oh, all right. Well, Mr. Smith, I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And hopefully something will change from this.
All right, yeah.
All right? Take care.
You too.
Mr. Adams, how many people have occurred the same problem that Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Smith have?
Well, nationwide, I'll say there's actually been quite a number of people who received, this sort of treatment from the voting centers. More specifically in our region, in the past 2 weeks, I've had over 25 complaints, similar to Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Smith's situation. And we try our best to figure out, what exactly is happening. I've spoken to a couple of my coworkers and my colleagues in different areas, and there seems to be a high number of people who've encountered this problem.
So, how do you think we can fight this problem?
Honestly, because when it comes to Section 5 of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, giving states powers to create their own laws, in my defense, in my opinion, is something that I just see as outrageous. Because every American has the right to vote. It's their one of their rights. It's in the Constitution. No matter your race, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're, like Hispanic, or whether you're just an African immigrant, no matter what, as long as you have your voter registration card and your ID, you should be eligible to vote.